lovelies, we are back on schedule. It is Tuesday night, and I have a book review. Yay! Rejoice, rejoice. Okay. Grant, I wish you would edit these videos and put in little things for me now. Anyways, so tonight I decided to look at a popular and still classic book, and that is going to be Raymond E. Feist's Magician Apprentice. I would like to note I am reviewing an older edition due to the fact I originally had the new one, but then I lost it. And I found this one, so I got it. And there are passages that are in the new one that this one doesn't have. So do not get mad at me if for some odd reason I talk about something and you're like, well, what about this part of the book? If it turns out it's just in the newer edition, that's why I don't know it exists. So keep that in mind. I'm reviewing the older edition, not the new one. Now, what is this book about? Magician Apprentice is about two young boys, Pug and Thomas, more so Pug, and they come across this mysterious, unfamiliar ship that has wrecked along the coastline. When they board this ship, they end up finding some very curious items, along with a mysterious passenger. And upon further investigation, it turns out this mysterious passenger is from a completely different world. He is from a different universe on top of it. And what they find out is that there is a very likely chance of war, battle, fighting, something that they need to now protect their lands. In the end, they're right, and we have this alien race coming in through this alternate dimension gate, and we're not really sure why yet. There's a theory maybe on resources. Who knows yet? And yeah, we are basically introduced to the beginning of an epic. Now, things that I liked with this book. First off, I love the fact Magician Apprentice is a really good book for getting people into the fantasy genre if they're not used to it yet. It is a great introduction book. If you have friends who love Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, anything with elves, dwarves, mages, wizards, anything that is classical, stereotypical fantasy, you could get them into Magician Apprentice and get them started with the genre itself. I also love the fact that Pug's character has so much growth with him that he is extremely believable. We meet him as a young boy when he's not even hitting puberty yet, probably close, but not yet. And as the years progress in this book, he's getting older, he's getting wiser, he's getting more mature, and on top of it, he's apprenticed to this amazing wizard. So we have so much growth within him, especially with his own difficulties. And I love that about Pug. And I can understand why so many people love Pug. He is great. Thomas, on the other hand, not so much, but maybe we'll find out later on how much goes on with him. And I also love the fact we have dragons. If you guys know me well enough, you probably would have gotten, well, you don't even have to know me well enough. If you guys have watched enough of me, you would know I love dragons. And in case you guys have not seen the collaboration video I made with Grant when we made my Daenerys top, yeah, click the video somewhere around here on the video and it will go to that video in which I will be going on about being the mother of dragons and wanting to walk into fire. Essentially, I'm on a Game of Thrones thing with dragons, but that's how much I love dragons. So I love the fact that we do have this really old dragon. We hear his story. I love him. I'm not going to try and say his name due to fear of mispronouncing it, but I will put it somewhere here on the video, and you guys can try and tell me how to pronounce it phonetically down below in the comments, because I would love to know how to pronounce his name, because he is so awesome. I loved him. Okay. Now, things that I disliked with this book. What I really didn't like is that Magician Apprentice isn't a standalone novel. I'm used to having standalones, especially with the first one. This isn't that. This is setting up for the epic itself. This is giving you characters, this is giving you settings, this is giving you some beginnings of plot and storylines going on. There are times when you're reading and you aren't really sure what's going on or how something is important to it. For me, that was hard because it made it very difficult to finish. So I wasn't a big fan of it. I also wasn't a big fan of the fact that the writing becomes stale after a while. The sentence structure doesn't vary much and you don't get enough variety within the writing that you're like, yeah, I can keep reading because the writing makes me want to keep reading. No, it was more along the lines of, I'm going to keep reading because I hope there's something really good coming up. So that was a disappointment, especially for a novel that I've heard so many great reviews about. Overall, though, I gave the book 3 out of 5 stars. I liked it. Didn't really get impressed with some parts of it, but I enjoyed it, and it is a classic of its own. I can understand why people love it, but overall, I am actually going to read Magician Master. Especially, I have heard good things on that one. So I am looking forward to that. And yeah, if you guys haven't read it, check it out. And be sure to hit subscribe down below. Yeah, we're going into that spiel. Be sure to hit subscribe down below and see more book reviews when I post them. Be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't liked any of my other videos, be sure to hit those like buttons too. And I'll get this warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart and bosom. And it'll be great and grandeur and fabulous and anything else that's synonymous with those words. And you guys have a great night. Be sure to check out the guys at oceanofbees.com down below. And don't feed the trolls. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great night. Bye.